green. I drove my electric car to a fireside chat, knowing I could ask questions while offered a snack. The Green Mansion scientists talked about carbon neutrality of wood burning, or unbelievably debunked carbon neutrality. The woman scientist told a tale my mind rebelled against. She said tree pores closed and photosynthesis stopped against. The particulates caused by wood burning when wood was burned nearby. I know I hold my breath against the smoke of wildfires nearby. But living trees are just there, they do not react, and they serve us as fuel. Living trees are important because we can plant a new tree in place of a cut down and burn tree, and we can always rely on them to serve through photosynthesis. That trees go on strike when confronted by PM 2.5 put my opinions in crisis. That trees do not produce oxygen because photosynthesis is shut down. And trees do not perform carbon sequestration when photosynthesis is shut down. Never occurred to me, cut down a tree, use the wood as fuel, plant another tree, and eventually use that wood as fuel. Servants of man, trees are valuable, yes, that burning them produces pollution. But pollution should be subtracted, that pollution should disappear, cleaned up by new living trees. That should be true, because that is simple. But living trees do not live simple lives if they exist next to wood burning. Just like I hold my breath in the presence of wood smoke from wildfire burning, or even like I hold my breath in the presence of indoor residential wood burning. Trees close their pores against the indoor residential wood burning air polluting, which we label PM 2.5 because it is less than or equal to 2.5 micrometer size, the perfect size to infiltrate the human lung, setting off a cascade of human health problems such as lung cancer, heart attacks, asthma attacks, and cataracts, as well as many other types of cancer. I went to that talk to have a feel-good meeting about burning wood. I left feeling that burning wood did harm and really did no good. I did not leave alone because the Green Mansion scientists needed a ride. The woman scientist takes a train everywhere from Green Mansions, but a train did not reach our fireside chat at an urban mansion. I am an advocate against indoor residential wood burners. Green Mansions is my organization. We instruct new learners. At first they do not get it. What I do lessens air pollution. At Green Mansions we do not believe in the carbon neutrality of wood burning. A 2024 study on carbon neutrality showed that you cannot subtract the PM 2.5 and carbon dioxide produced by wood burning, simply because under normal conditions photosynthesis by trees removes carbon dioxide and replaces it with oxygen. At Green Mansions we know that tree pores closed and photosynthesis stopped against the particulates caused by wood burning when wood was burned nearby. We at Green Mansions know we hold our breath against the smoke of wildfires nearby. Living trees are nice, but they react and they do not serve us well as fuel. Living trees are important because when alive they serve through photosynthesis. But trees go on strike when confronted by PM 2.5. That is my scientific thesis. That trees do not produce oxygen because photosynthesis is shut down. And trees do not perform carbon sequestration when photosynthesis is shut down. This study was performed during a wildfire because it occurred to me cutting down a tree, even if you use the wood as fuel, contributes to hastening climate change. Trees are not just servants of man because they are more valuable alive than dead. Burning problems such as lung cancer, heart attacks, asthma attacks, and cataracts, as well as many other types of cancer. I gave that talk to explain that we need to use wind, solar, or geothermal, not wood burning, because burning wood is air polluting. Wood burning does harm. Wood burning really does no good. I did not leave alone because I needed a ride. I take a train everywhere from green mansions, but a train did not reach the Fireside Chat at an urban mansion, and I had offended my host when I spilled some earth on the carpet from the potted plant. That is my mascot. I use her as an illustration at all my scientific talks. A man who drove in using an electric car was quite gallant, and when my host shouted at me for the mess of pot and he dumped some wood ashes from the polluting fireside to show he had become convinced by me that not only was wood burning air polluting and hastens climate change, the fireplace wood burning also polluted the air and left him and me both coughing and eager to leave as soon as possible. After my talk concluded, we drove to green mansions, and he found it so charming that I invited him to stay and learn more about us.
At Green Mansions, I met the resident musician, who is the headliner at the next version of the Green Mansions concert at the Forest Edge. I found I have a lot in common with the residents of Green Mansion, and we all agree we need extra governmental action and events and places to gather in laughter. Coalitions to band together and raise money for electric cars and heat pumps to replace indoor residential wood burners, to distribute free to those who want to stop burning gas in cars and burning wood to heat their homes. Although burning wood for home heating is inefficient and a logistical nightmare, as well as producing the air pollution as well at home there. He wrote a song which sounded something like this. Later he will cobble together these song fragments into a longer song. He is quite the songster, and I hope his voice holds up for all the concerts he will undergo.
At Green Mansions, we have room for a lot of people. We are banding together to plan how to present our ideas to the public that is deprived of support by the government. At this time, I have my Peace Prize money, and our new friend has profits from selling electric cars, which have become quite popular but are still overpriced for the average person.
What I have learned while promoting electric cars, I can use to promote heat pumps as substitutes for indoor residential wood burning. Both electric cars and heat pumps need electric power, charging stations for the cars and connections to all rural areas. For heat pumps, those for heat pumps, and for electric cars, both need to rely on solar, wind, and geothermal, and are loath to rely on the government at this time to move us fast enough down the line toward clean energy generation that is responsible and modern. We must keep our eye on the prize of clean air all of a sudden.
The scientist sings her own song about indoor residential wood burning, bringing the truth to those whose dirty energy actions in many ways believe what they profess to believe at public meetings. When questioning scientists, they ignore scientific facts and rely on the lies they believe, to their own detriment. How much money changes hands to work against their own interests in the short term. In the long term, they are impoverished, just like the rest of us. When coal is revived, we are clinging to a bad past. When oil is propped up without competition, we all lose and remain been lost.
There was a hailstorm and the electric car vendor and the scientists together wrote a song about solar panels and the portability and ease of protecting balcony solar, smaller panels, and the need to prevent climate change and prevent hailstorms instead of just dealing with the damage.
There was a hailstorm and the electric car vendor wrote a song about car covers and the need to prevent climate change and prevent hailstorms instead of forever. Onward, just dealing with the damage. There is a need for change and personal responsibility and looking sharply at ourselves and seeing how we can be rational.
The headliners performed a song about indoor residential wood burners at a concert. We are speaking about a subject a few hold dear, and which many here wish to avert. Our dear friends, as we refer to the opposition in political doublespeak, in these fraught times we need to use all our options in order to squeak out victories over air pollution that is caused by clinging to dirt power. We fear retaliation if we call it what it is, so we approach with a flower and place it in the barrel of a wood stove and keep planting flowers to replace the ones that end up as ashes with their beauty on the floor of a deliberately squalid hut bought with a pretty penny next door.
The headliners performed a song about electric cars at a concert. We strew flowers in the path of gas-powered cars, but that does not work. We learn from experience to be more direct when discussing cars. Mechanics complain that electric cars put many out of work. Although the cars may weight more, there are fewer moving parts. All in all, we do not have to make more of a case for electric cars. All we need to do is make them cheaper and easier to pay